Hey, what's up, CLC Video Production Club? This will be the first in a couple of short videos just talking about some basics of iMovie, and I realize that a lot of you know pretty much all the basics, but I'm sure there's also something that you will learn if you watch these, and it'll just be a couple of them and really short, so let's just get into it. So let's say we want to make a new movie, right? File, new movie, all right? I'm going to do no theme because that's what I like to do, but you can always choose any other theme you'd like. So create, let's call this sample. I spelled sample incorrectly. There we go. Okay, so now that shows up here, right? Project media, and I can always click on import media to drag and drop videos from my desktop and stuff like that into here. Also, if you click on import, you can just record right from the import thing, which is what a lot of us have been doing. If you click, it starts off with your Mac, right? But then if you go here, you can go to FaceTime, and you can basically just record something here. So let's say I'll just start recording. I don't actually know why my webcam isn't on, but that's why it's recording nothing. Okay, sure, that's great. Anyway, let's ignore that and go back and just pretend. Let's just bring in something that I have on my desktop. So I'm going to grab this thing, a video of a plant, a coal processing plant, not a plant. But yeah, so you can see obviously you get a preview by skimming here, right? Yeah, and then also if you click on this, I believe what I like to do is you click on this gear and you click on show waveforms, and that also puts the volume where it's loudest, right? So you can all these waves correspond to the volume. So here it's kind of quiet. Oh, whoops, my volume's not on. So here it's kind of quiet.
About 10,000 tons of coal per day.
And that's what I'm talking about. But let's talk about the audios and titles and backgrounds and transitions. So if you haven't updated your iMovie, then they'll actually be down here. And really, it's no big deal if you have or haven't. That's just where they'll be. So let's look at titles. Let's put something like, obviously you know how this works, right? You put a title, you make it do its thing. If it, loads, that'd be great. I think something that a lot of you haven't tried playing around with yet is backgrounds. So this is ridiculous. Okay, so basically titles always go over blackness, right? But the thing is, you can have a title in the main storyline, which is this, or you can have a title attached to the top of the storyline, which is up here. So for example, gosh, this is so ridiculous. There we go. Okay. So for example, let's get a background in here. Let's say something like curtain. Yeah, if we want to put a background in here, then we can put the titles over top of that, and the background will be black, right? So title text here. Perfect. Now let's just put another one for the heck of it. And let's put another title. Echo. All right, cool. All right. So now we have, you can just click the cursor here to bring it go back. Now we have this title text here. That's what I decided to type. And name. Cool. Now these are all 4 seconds, right? You can see that by hovering over them. This one just says 4 seconds right there. You can see this is 4 seconds by hovering over it. If we drag these, it'll change, the length. So 2.7, 2.6, 2.5, yeah. Now if you notice, this title doesn't change because this is connected to this, but that doesn't mean it'll change if you change this one. So let's pull that back to 2.5. And now let's say we want to put this one on 2.5, but we don't want to go through all that pulling. If you want to get any clip to have a specific length, you can click on it. Click on the top right up here, this I think it stands for information, and then duration. So 2.5. Cool. And then let's move this back as well. All right. Ooh, wait. That's strange. This is 2.5 and this is also 2.5, and yet this is longer than that. See, I don't get why that's a thing. There we go. All right, cool. You can always zoom out with this, right? So it's still 2.5, but now it's smaller, so it's kind of just changing the scale. Let's put it back, though. A couple other things. So like I was saying, there's the sort of main storyline, which is this thing in the middle, and then there's the top parts on top and parts below. If you put a title, well, anything that's the things that are higher are what's seen. So for example, if we put this title here, then it's underneath this, and it won't even let us do that because that's not how titles are supposed to work. So good on you, iMovie. Yeah, so we have backgrounds. Now let's just do a couple things. So right now, this background just goes from this to that. A big change, or a very sudden change, right? Kind of like that. If we decide to put a transition in, basically it will do something to that change. So let's do something like circle open. You can preview what all these look like in here, right? By dragging your mouse over it. This is circle close. Doorway, swap. Let's do wipe up. Because it's a transition, you put it in between two things. So here we go. And now this is what this looks like. There you go. So transitions are basically used to make something, just make one clip going to another clip just look nicer because it's more interesting than just having nothing happen. You can also double click on this and I believe, yeah, here we go. We can change the length. So that was a quick swipe. Let's say we wanted a really long one, right? Now here we go. Yeah, so there you go. Takes a long time now. And there. And now these clips will reduce to 1 second because a second and a half are in this transition, but we can always make the clips longer if we want to. So let's say something like 2.5 again. Now each of these clips is 2.5 seconds long and the transition is still 3 seconds. Yeah, long transition. There we go. Cool. And then also the titles sort of still start on they still start in the transition, so I'm just gonna readjust them so that they fit the clips. Cool. So now the titles should fit the clips, and now there's just 3 seconds of titleless swiping up. Nice. The last thing I'll talk about right here is just adding voice and music, because you can put things underneath these. If I go to this microphone and click on it, it says record voiceover. So, okay. 3, 2, 1, yeah, here we go. This is my voiceover, this is the okay, that was fine. So now I'll just click done. And now, this is underneath this, right? And you can drag this just like any normal clip. I'm going to put it here. And we'll see what this sounds like. This is my voiceover. All right. Yeah, cool. Now, the one other element to this is the music track. So we got titles above, we got the backgrounds on the primary storyline, we got a transition, we got a voiceover. So the only thing we don't have now is, well, a recording of me, but also music. So if you want, you can go to audio, and then iTunes, or GarageBand. If you don't have iTunes or GarageBand, what you can do is just import a track that is just a music file, but I'm going to go to my iTunes because that's easier for me. So let's go to the song A Big Shot by Billy Joel. Oh, this is the live version. Cool. So if we click this and drag it, basically, so you see I can attach it as a voice track like this because you can see the little, I guess, column or the little line that's coming out of the top of that. And it's also light green, so it's just like my voiceover, right? So if I leave it here, yeah, you can see that's happening. But now if I drag it into this section below, where this right here, where you see this, then it becomes a music track, and it changes colors. That's how you can tell it became a music track. I'm gonna turn the volume of this down because it's really loud. 100%, 45. You can also adjust volume here. So I could say something like, what does auto do? I wonder what that does. All right, I don't know. Oh, I think it just makes it loud. I think it puts it at a good volume in relation to everything else that's happening here. So yeah, cool. 45. Let's put it on 20. Can I type in here? No, you have to drag. Whatever. This is my voiceover. Yeah, so that's pretty much, these are all the components of a basic composition in iMovie. That's really it.